All right, guys, welcome back to the subscriber game here. And not much going on lately. We finished our mainland war. Uh, it does look like, I say we, but I have my part in it. You can still see it looks like some of my allies over here, maybe Gascoigne or possibly Darwin, are cleaning up this last bit here, clearing out this last AI here. And so what I've done is I have set my sights for this coast. We talked about this a little bit the last game, and actually Brisbane reached out to me and was like, "Oh, I saw the video. I didn't know you needed coal so bad." And I was like, "Oh man, you know." And then I saw this, so I hope. And he gifted me 20,000 coal. It was actually really cool. And then I saw that, the AI had taken back this territory, and I wasn't surprised because it was low morale, and he only had one in each. So I'm coming at it. I'm coming over here to try to get this. I will say I got my coal numbers down a little bit. I went ahead and tuned up the other two so that they're blue. And one thing you can do, and really wanted to make sure and mention this, is I love railways. I love them. But railways, they take 1,000 coal a day. And as I was disabling my railways, which you can do, by the way, if you just click on your railway, you come over here and you go to this will say disable, and you disable it. You can tell I've already disabled it because now it's toggled to the enable button, which I do not want to do. I went ahead and disabled several of my interior railways. I left the railways on any energy tile because it's still giving me that 33% bonus, which I do like. Here's one I could remove. I don't need steel at all, so let me just do that in real time. Boom. Oh, here, let's look at the values too, because I think it's about 20 per hour is what it averages out to. So let's go ahead and look at it. 246, disable, 225. Okay, so yeah, right around 20 per hour in a 24-hour day, I guess. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I've disabled all the tiles that I felt like I could. I left railways on all the double tiles because I want to continue to really hardcore produce anything that's a double tile. And I left on any energy tile. So for instance, this coal is not a double tile, but it is coal. So I'm going to leave that 33% bonus there. Same with these oils here and there. And I went ahead and I had been building a railway up through here just to have a continuous railway. And then it occurred to me, why? Why am I building a railway from all the way down here over to this island? Like once we take this island, we're not going over here. We're going over here. So I disabled and stopped building those as well. So I'm doing okay with the coal. I've got my other two energy in the blue, so I'm feeling better about that. I am going to try to capture this double coal. That will be helpful. Especially, it's nice that it's a coastal double coal so that I can also build a harbor as well as railways and level 4 factory there. So I can really extricate. Those are two different words. What I mean to say is extract maximum resources from that tile. So other than that, I am sending a tank, a bunch of infantry, and I believe one cannon up to stiffen the front here. We are now at war, I believe, officially. Yep, with Indochina here, which means that looks like we are not at war with Siam yet. Let me just see. Are you, sir, at war with Siam? No. So Indochina. We are at war with Indochina, and some calls have gone out on our group chat for some naval support. Unfortunately, that's not me. I do have one boat. One boat is building right now on my newly captured tile. As I mentioned, I captured and actually inherited a factory and a harbor. Super stoked. I got to look at that. My first boat. I'm so proud. And then, of course, I do have double tiles going down here, moving towards that ability to produce. Once I have a level 1 factory, I'll build that harbor. And then down here, I'm even closer. I've got my level 1 factory. Most of my harbor is building. As soon as this cannon is done, I'm going to go ahead and build my second cruiser. So I'm excited about that. Other than that, not much going on. I'm still super stoked about Otago here, who's doing it right, textbook style. He's he's coming in with his cruisers, and he's bombing out these territories first. No reason to risk anybody's life down here. Once the cruiser bombs them out, then march them in and take over. We did talk about the fact that there are two interior tiles here and here that the boats can't reach. They can't reach that far. But what I tend to do is just wrap it. Take everything else around it, and if they come out of their forts, you kill them. So that seems to be exactly what he's doing. He's bringing up a lot of guys from down here. That's exactly what he needs to do. He's bringing up some cannon as well. Loved his play here. I think I mentioned in the last video, he brought a cannon over and just stood here on the land and lobbed that cannon over here, which was really creative cannon use. I love it when you can attack across a thin barrier of water, completely, immune to any counterattacks via, our infantry. So that was great. It was well thought out, well used. I think he should have some cannon up here. Yeah, he has one cannon up here. I believe that's the one that I was talking about. And then another one streaming up from below as well. So, the thing is, Otago's not in a big hurry. He can take his time. He's going to have two cannon and two cruisers to bomb his way on up through there. I love that he's going to get that precious double oil. Good for you, bud. And then he's already got the double coal, so he's already on that, reaping the benefits of that currently. And I think that's great too, because Otago tends to be a strong naval power. So you do use coal for those naval units. All right, I think that's about it. I'm so sorry for you guys up here. I'm not covering this as closely as I should because I'm not really involved, so I don't see a lot of it, but I want to make sure that we do talk about it. You can see South Borneo here is actively kicking butt. I did message him and tell him, get this guy away. You can see Luzon's coming in with a big stack, and he needs to just get this guy away from there. You can continue to kite them until the cows come home, right? You can just continue to move your cruisers away and then bomb into them as long as you're active in the game. And what I told him is, like, if you're going to go AFK or go to sleep or something, go to work, then I would move those cruisers far away. Not super far away, but, down here somewhere, far enough away to where this stack can't get to you, because that stack can kill a cruiser. And that sucks. When you let infantry kill a cruiser, it hurts your heart. It feels bad. So don't let it happen to you, ladies and gentlemen, because it certainly has happened to me. But South Borneo is attacking up into the islands. I like it. We do know that Java, looks like Java and South Borneo are starting to move in on Asia, which I'm not mad about that. Indochina seems to be their first attack, because Indochina does have the Korean Peninsula here, as well as mainland Asia up here. So I think that's a great idea. As I mentioned, I think I'm sending like 25 infantry, a tank, and an artillery piece. It's not much, but again, when you think about, if all 5 of us here on land sent that amount, then now we're talking like that's a serious army. But I do know a lot of us we're still occupying these armies. We're still distracted by occupying these islands, rather. We're still distracted by that. I certainly personally hope to get these 3 coal. I want these 2 and this one. And if I can get that, I will be super happy, because I believe I can develop that into eliminating this horrible minus 225 per hour drain on me right now, which, by the way, I'm only sustaining right now because of Brisbane donating to me 20,000 coal. So thanks, Brisbane. So this brings us to a couple things. First of all, some people have been talking about, can you show a bloom, or some people call it a flower? So I want to depart for just a minute here to show you another game that I'm in. So what that means is we're going to bounce over to another game, and I want to show you the only time I use that fragmentation mechanic. And that is, well, it's not the only time. I sometimes attack in with it, but here's where I love it the very, very most, is I love it with fighters. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is a Mesopotamia game. I'm a big fan of Dominion. and this is not the right game. You can see I've got quite a few games going at any given time. I can only cast 2 or 3 of them, though. I've learned that the hard way. Let me find, where the heck? Oh, it's doing that delay thing. Here we go. All right, so this is deep into the game. I've captured Baghdad, which is the central oil field. It's really the gem of the game. And it's so precious because if you click on it, you'll see 34,000 oil a day. It's nuts. But here is the bloom that I'm talking about. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, man? I love this so much. So I bloom my fighters all the time. And here's why. They're all patrolling. All of them are patrolling. So what that means is that anybody that comes within that little circle, and you can tell the circle kind of bounces around because they're patrolling sort of in the same general area here. Anything, any bomber that comes in here, all of these individual fighters will attack them. Now, here's what I love. If you've got a stack of fighters, let's say you got 10 fighters, and you want to attack me, you can attack one of me, right? You can attack one fighter, and you'll probably even kill him. But when you come in there to kill him, guess what? You're coming into the patrol zone of literally like 20 others. Let's just see how many fighters I have here. I've got a bunch of stuff on the ground as well. 25 fighters. So you are walking into a hornet's nest, my friend. I love this defensive formation. If you're trying to defend something, that's the way I do it, like a bunch of fighters. You can see I had some bombers, I had a whole bunch of infantry and cannon as well, because Baghdad is precious. And this guy over here, Union of South Africa, is breathing down my neck. You can tell he really wants in. And this guy down to the south has been a good ally. And I'm holding off that other guy while he comes down and takes this oil field down here. So you can work with other people in this mode, but just know it's one of the things I love about Dominion is that only one person wins. That's it. There's no second place. There's no third place. So it's a pretty cool game. People that don't know how to play it kind of hate it because they'll tend to go to war with other players, which you don't want to do in this game. And I don't want to go into all the details about that right now. Go look at one of my Dominion games, Mesopotamia games. I've got several stacks about it because I love this game. All right, one last thing that I do want to make sure and cover here is our Discord. So if you go to new sub game, I am watching the 500 games. As soon as I see a new 500 game, I'm going to share it here. This is our Discord. I'm going to go ahead and share this in the description below, the address. You can also screenshot it here if you want to type in a bunch of crap. You can pause and screenshot that or whatever the fuck. And but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in the description below. But here's the deal. Under the new sub game, I'm going to announce it. Now, here's where I'm going to ask you. If you are currently in this game, if you are currently in my subscriber game that we've been updating daily, I'm going to ask you on the honor system to please not join this new game. So once again, there are 7 of us that are in the coalition. So if you, and I said in the game, I didn't mean that. I mean if you're in the coalition. So there are 7 of us that are currently in the subscriber coalition. I'm going to ask if you're in the coalition, please don't join this other subscriber game. Just so that we can give everyone a chance. I'm going to continue to cast this. This game is probably going to go on for another month. I'll be honest with you. Maybe not a month, but probably kind of, especially if we dominate as well as we have been. Usually what happens is you get into Asia and you start to encounter some beasts over here in Europe or Africa, but we're still dominating. We're still basically almost twice as powerful as the second place coalition at this point. So what that means is that we will be playing deep into this game, so it could be another month. So what I'm asking is, if you're currently in the coalition, please don't join this second subscriber game that's going to be under this tab here, under this channel, new sub game. Okay, so if you're in the coalition, please don't join this game. Now, let me clarify. If you are not in this coalition, So I do include Otago, although Otago is stepping up and kind of is like basically a full member now, but he's technically not in the coalition. So I would be okay if he joined that other game. And we do also have another viewer up here playing Shanxi. This person, please, join the new game. You're in this game, but unfortunately, you weren't able to be in the coalition quite yet. So, this person has had to do make other coalitions, which is fine, and which I actually encourage people to do. Like, do what you got to do in your region to stay alive. But so what I'm trying to say is, I'm specifically asking my 6 coalition mates if you would please just sit this next one out and let other people into that coalition. And then what I'll do is I'll just add people in order, right? Just like I've done in this game. And so hopefully, a lot of people, I've told them, I think in our game, like, I think we've had like maybe 4 people drop out here and there. So remember, Esperance and I captured this guy who was here. That was Zayden. Zayden lost access to his account, so he had to drop out. We had another one drop out over here. I feel like we've had like 4 people drop out at different times for different reasons. So I figured like at least the first 10 people who stack on can anticipate eventually getting into the coalition if they just stay with it, stay alert, and wait. It's going to happen probably. So, all right, that's it. I wanted to make sure and cover that. If you're not in our Discord, I'm going to go ahead and share that link below so that you can jump on there and kind of get that real-time communication. Also, I do want to point out to you, we do have in this game, if you're not aware of this, we have a current sub-game channel so that we can talk about things in our game that we don't want spies to be able to intercept, right? So just don't forget, anything we say, spies can intercept it. And I don't feel like any of the opposing coalitions are powerful enough to be employing spies on us in our sub game, but I do know in some of my other games, like my another 500 game, I do know that Aberdeenshire has like 5 or 6 spies in each of my coalition mate countries. So it's going to happen eventually, probably once we start coalescing into larger and more powerful entities. Once we see who emerges out of Europe, out of Africa, out of North and South America, out of Asia, like who is going to be our major competitors, and then spies will come into effect. So don't forget, we do have Discord there for that reason as well. Okay, that's it, guys. I want to encourage my island brothers up here to keep up the good fight. I'm sending some stuff up here. Anyone else who can afford to send some stuff, if you're taking over islands, then that's fine. I'm kind of trying to do that as well. But if you can afford to sling over, 25 guys and 1 cannon, think about it. If we all do that, then that's 125 guys and 5 cannons that we can provide from the mainland here up to our brothers on the island, who are, after all, our front line against Asia. So a lot of stuff going on in Asia, by the way. There is the East Asia coalition here that seems to have a man with a chicken on his head. And then there is the Rising East Asia here. Here we go, East Asia Rising. So that's another coalition. I keep my eyes on these things because that's our potential competitors. So let's end this by just taking a look at our standings. This I like to do so that all of my coalition mates can just, I'm sure you do this on your own, but it's kind of fun to do it together. So here are the coalitions in order of dominance. Oh yeah, check it out. So we are nearly twice as powerful as the next in line, and everyone else is down on that level somewhere below. So we're doing great. Reward points are a good spread of lots of different factors, but I always like to look at the provinces, because the provinces lag behind that other metric, because of course the provinces also, nope, don't want that. Provinces also sort of lag behind, because if you haven't developed them yet, then you don't get those points, right? So let's take a look here at our What am I doing? Coalition. Here we go. Here's our coalition, and I do like to organize it by provinces. And here you have it. Look at that. 311. So we're a good 20 provinces above the next highest coalition. That does tell me that this is someone to watch because they are up from third place now to second place. I like to watch this kind of stuff too. And they have 2 slots available, which means with 2 additional slots, if they fill those with people, they could very well have, closer. What? Hold on. Did I say 20? Ouch. No, I meant 120. Oh, they're 120 behind us. Wow. So my math temporarily fell down and broke its leg, but no, they're 120 behind us. So they're not a threat. Oh, that's so mean of me. No, I mean, they're a threat. I feel threatened by you. If you're in Central Europa Union, I just want you to know you're very threatening. I'm sorry I said that. Just because you're 120 territories weaker than us, that doesn't mean anything. You're still strong and beautiful, and I love you. All right. So anyway, I like to see that. My God, 120 territories, about twice the victory points as any other coalition. We're doing great, guys. We're kicking butt, and I love it. So I'm going to let you go. This video has gone on far too long. If you haven't joined us on Discord, please go ahead and do that. We'd love to have you over there. And again, it does allow us to communicate free from spies. And it also, by the way, hey, I wanted to mention this too. If you want to start your own game, please do it. If you want to start a 100-player game, come on over here and do it. Start up a new 100-player game of your own, share the game number, and then just do some kind of like 1914 universe or some way that they know that you're coming from the 1914 universe group. And then, or if you want to do a 500 page, I know that a couple people have done that already. I've joined a couple of them. So like I'm actually in somebody else's game. I'm in one of my subscriber games, and I'm just a guy, like I'm just a soldier, and I love it. It's fun. So absolutely, if you're on our Discord, feel free to start your own games. That's what these 2 tabs are for here, is anybody who wants to come in and start their own games and get some of that 1914 universe vibe out there and start dominating and taking gold marks from helpless children. Go ahead and start up your own games. That is absolutely cool. I do ask that you leave the sub-game channel to me, either the current or whatever the newest sub-game is, just because those are the only thing different there, of course, is that those are the games that are going to be cast on the YouTube channel. So I will absolutely cast them daily so that we can kind of have that community and that touching base that we have with this group. And this group has been, I think, in part dominating so well because we've been staying in such good communication. So I love it. See you guys next time. Adios. Thanks for tuning in. Hasta mañana.